Guys, welcome back. Shout out to the Slasher Story and holding the camera today again. I appreciate it, man.
Welcome.
Here we made it part 6. Now I expect you guys to watch parts 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 because there's a lot of erotic thrillers and some of my favorite VHS and action, 80s action, stuff from like Rage to Kill, Predator, Commando, RoboCop. God, what's his name? Rambo up in here. We got Chuck Norris, the full thing. So those are coming. But today, it's all about the 80s slashers. I mean, man, I could just sleep in this room and look at these. I mean, this is like the primo. I mean, this is why we're all here, right? We love 80s slashers. This is it. So let's get going. And a few that aren't slashers. Okay, I agree. But, the Changeling. Come on. The original Vestron Changeling. Guys, this... Talked about it before. We'll get the Piranha, but I'll just do a little. These two movies are probably the reason I got into horror in the first place. I saw these two in the drive-in as a kid, hiding in the back of the station wagon, the old family truckster kind of thing, Griswold style blanket, watching this stuff, peeking out, and just it was amazing. It just being. I mean, I wasn't even really scared at the time either, but just being being into that whole thing and watching peeking out. This is kind of like it's perfect. So that's kind of the start for me. What was your first experience, man, with like your first horror exposure? Can you pinpoint it?
Black Christmas.
Yeah?
Yeah, the very first on TV. But in the theater, gotta say the scariest thing I've seen in the theater, I went to see The Changeling. But I also remember seeing an obscure movie called The Manitou.
I totally see the cover.
Yeah, that was... It wasn't good, but it scared me.
Nice!
Yeah, in the drive-in with my parents.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's really old school.
The
creature scared me in that thing. I was really little, but
awesome. And it sticks with you, right?
Yeah, I still don't remember what that. I don't know. I should probably watch it again.
We should totally watch. We should do a review on that one.
Yep.
The Manitou.
Yep.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, The Changeling. I mean, the whole thing is just a great supernatural thriller. Supernatural, I guess, kind of, right? Like kind of a haunting.
Oh yeah, no, it's a ghost story.
Yeah, ghost story.
It's totally a ghost story.
It's just really, really great. So that's one of my favorites. Here's another great Vestron tape. A little beat up, Dead and Buried. This is a great story. Did you see this one?
No.
This one, yes, most psychologically shocking and emotionally devastating film since Psycho. It's about this guy who kind of visits this town, and there were a bunch of people were kind of massacred. And he, you see this kind of guy getting tied to a tree and lit on fire, and it's outrageous. But there's kind of this whole voodoo thing kind of going on in this town, and all the people they're kind of been reanimated, if you will. So the townspeople are kind of inviting people to stay and like, oh, welcome, but they're all kind of dead, and you bury somebody and they kind of come back, and it's a really interesting story. It's not overly gruesome, but kind of brutal, and just a cool story and where it takes place and the whole thing. A really, really good one. Really good. Definitely worth checking that one out. Mortuary.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Bill Paxton.
Yep.
Another one. Kind of a slasher, if I recall. It's kind of slasher element, isn't there?
A little supernaturally, too. Kind of a mix, if I recall.
Yeah. Linda Day George. Yeah. That's kind of a good one. I like these Vestron tapes, man. You remember seeing those in the store, right?
Yeah. I remember that cover. That's probably why we rented it.
Yeah. These covers were so great.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
The paintings.
Yeah. This one's a cool cover. I just found this maybe a year ago. Kind of a different one too. Like this plane crashes and all the people die except for this one woman. And whatever this kind of cosmic kind of thing kind of keeps trying to come back to claim her as well. A little kind of this sort of ESP kind of thing going on. It's pretty wild.
Soul Survivor.
Yeah, pretty good. Great cover though, man. Like it's terrific. Just Before Dawn, great backwoods slasher. I don't know if you've seen this one. This is a good one.
I've not heard of it.
Yeah, I won't even give that one away because there's George Kennedy's in it. There's a few kind of it's a cool story, very cool. Just Before Dawn. Of course, there's on Blu-ray as well now, I think. Really good. The original Evil Dead. Nice. HBO Canon video of this one.
Yep.
I've got a few down there, like other versions and stuff, but this is kind of the oldest tape. It's a good one.
Remember, we were so scared as teenagers watching. Now we all had our headphones on. Yeah. Because the sounds were freaking us out.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's great.
Yep. One of my favorites.
Basket case. You got a cool shirt of that, don't you?
I do. Yeah, Frank Henenlotter's basket case. I love this one too. what's in the basket. Oh, this is like the other kind of style case. Yeah, a good one. I was happy to find this. Another throwback one, kind of like Mortuary. They kind of all kind of blend in to me. Is Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
This cover is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a cool name too.
Yeah, really is.
Mm-hmm.
The movie's, yeah, it's okay, but just a cool tape. I remember this poster all over the place and just thinking, like when you're a kid and you see this, you're like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Like, it's crazy, right? Like, it just, you want to see it. You want to sneak in with your buddies and watch this. I mean, it's good. And then, with the home video, I think this is when I first saw this, watching this in my room over and over. I mean, the original.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. I like this media, the original box. I mean, it's awesome. But definitely 1 and 3 for me, and John Saxon in here as well.
Yep.
Always like this one. You?
I like most of the Freddy's, except for maybe the latter ones. But it's a cool story. I like it.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yep. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, possibly the greatest. Check it out, guys. And we just did do a review on Black Christmas, kind of like our Christmas sort of video we did was a review of that one. So check it out because we both really love the film. And but anyways, there's a good look at the VHS of that one. And then I have it just slightly before Halloween on the shelf. I don't know, does it mean anything? I don't know. Watch the review. But there's Halloween.
Yep.
Now, there's another one before this media release. This is kind of orange on the box. I don't have that one. But yeah, definitely this is 81. So this particular copy. But yeah, definitely a good one. Halloween 2 as well. The Nightmare Isn't Over. Halloween 2. I mean, what do you say? Then you got Friday the 13th, of course, here, guys. Again, what do you say about these? I mean, these are great films, and these we just found a little while ago.
Yep.
I always loved that cover with the blood, and I just remember that, like in the newspaper, you'd see the ads for these, right?
Yeah.
And you just see that in the black and white, in the paper, and you're like, oh man, this looks so great. And yeah, good stuff. Love the series. I have no complaints. I think as I've gotten older, I like them even more. Just for the sheer simplicity of it, the story, and the gore, and just him walking around lopping people off, throwing somebody into the tree, in a sleeping bag. I mean, it's awesome, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think we talked about it. I'm not really sure what the deal is with his mask here. It would look far more effective if they had his real mask on the front, I think.
That's right.
But hey, it's a new beginning. Whatever. Okay, guys. Now we're getting into like some of the ultimate. This is my cream of the crop.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I mean, how do you not like it? It's sleazy, it's greasy, it's gory, it's intense, it's got Savini effects. I mean, really, right? Like, what would you say about this movie?
I love it. What did you think of the remake?
I thought it was pretty good. Like, it was intense. I enjoyed it.
And an unsuspecting actor to play it.
Yeah, and he's creepy.
He does that good.
He really does.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I love it. I thought it was good.
Yep.
I mean, I'd probably watch that one, here and there, but I'll watch this whenever somebody wants to watch it. It's great. This one here. Now, this one, the same kind of thing. Now, you know what? Thinking back, I can't really think that far back of what day, what it was. Changeling and that. But I remember going with my mom on some road trip down south somewhere. Ended up in some motel. Seems we did this a lot. When I was a child, I'd be kind of in a hotel room. My mom was off gallivanting around. And I just remember seeing this in this particular motel we were in. And you always see the commercials, Terror Train tonight at 9 or whatever. You're like, oh man, at 9, I'll be up. I'm watching this. So I was just sitting in a motel room watching this thing. I always loved it. I found I was watching a lot of these movies back then. But I remember exactly sitting on this bed and, in this particular motel, I could still see it. And this coming on and watching it, just going, man, I love this stuff, Mm-hmm. So, just that cover in the full, I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. Another great one is Hell Night, guys. Linda Blair. I mean,
she's awesome.
Yeah, I like the kills in this. It's kind of
she's super hot in this one, too.
My goodness.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, even on the cover, you can kind of get a little glimpse. I don't know. But she's, pretty smoking in this. And it had a nice kind of a dark undertone. Like, it was a creepy sort of slasher hybrid. And I loved it. I thought it was great. This one here, it's kind of one of those classic ones. The cover's better than the movie. You just see that cover and you're like, oh my God, I have to rent this.
Best.
Right?
Yeah,
like skateboarding down to the store with your big gulp and go and find this.
You'd always see that at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. And right along in that as well, another RCA is the graduation day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really happy when I got this one in the collection. You know, and I think for me, the most eye-catching, grabbing video of all time for me, and it's probably my prized possession. As much like I love Maniac and Black Christmas more as a film, but I love the box. I love the art. To me, it's the gruesomest because it's an actual photo of that scene in The Prowler. I love this tape. This tape goes. You see, guys selling this for like $100 now. It's ridiculous. But if I didn't have it, I probably wouldn't spend that much on it. But I mean, geez, you're almost tempted just to have this in the collection. Is classic. Just pink. You're like, what's this pink cover? Kind of catches your attention, and then you see this slaying on the front. I mean, my God, man, it's like, it's awesome. Did you like The Prowler?
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna borrow it off you.
Yeah. He has his own way of killing. Yeah, it's just, and it's again an early slasher. So these
I know I've seen it just from the name, but I got to see what the story is. Yeah,
Savini effects. It's pretty good. It's sort of underrated. I mean, it's one of the better slashers. Really, it is.
Very nice.
And these are all kind of from Maniac on. Well, from Friday the 13th on. Well, I guess we can go back to Halloween. But these are all like 80, 81. This was like the peak of the slasher, right? When it came out in 80, 81 ish. Friday the 13th was 80, but these are all 80, 81. All of these. Right to the end here, with the exception of Sleepaway Camp. We'll get into that. But they're all like those first couple of years and just quality. This is another one, guys. You got to see the Blu-ray of this, though. There's some great kills that aren't... I don't think they're on this VHS. They're certainly not on yet previous DVD releases. A lot of gore, a lot of horror, great ending. Oh my gosh. I think this is a Canadian film. It's fantastic. Just, do you like this one?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep. Just watched it the other week.
Yeah, that's good. And here's a kind of there's a little bit of a Giallo kind of action on this one. I like this one a lot too. Beheadings, guys in a motorcycle helmet with black gloves and a blade. It's really good. You can see him on the back actually. Night School. And there's a couple twists in there. It's got a lot. It's kind of a Giallo kind of suspense, but it's still a slasher. And again, this one's 81 as well. It says 85, but this thing came out in like 81, I believe. It's a good one. And here, guys, here is like the beast. People do not like this movie. They think it's terrible. I think it's awesome. It's probably one of the few Sony VHS tapes that they own this title. I don't think we'll ever see a Blu-ray because they're not going to put money into it. But it's Honeymoon Horror, guys. This thing is like the acting is not good, but what I like about it is like Satan's Blade. It's got this feel to it where you're it's an 80s movie, but the acting, I swear to God, they shot this in the 70s. Like it's late 70s, kind of sleazy, just greasy, but it takes place on Honeymoon Island, and it's fantastic. Honeymoon Horror, like this, yeah. I was really happy to get this. Till Death Do Us Part. So that's worth checking out, guys, if you can just watch it somewhere online or something. Then we got Sleepaway Camp, of course. So now we're getting into later slasher, 83-ish. Good movie though. I like it. I like the twist ending, of course. Stuff like that. You like that one?
I love it.
Yeah. And the sequels are kind of funny too. They're kind of more gory and just crazy, brutal deaths and stuff.
That's right.
But yeah, I like it. This one here, Mutilator, 85, I believe.
Yeah.
84.
Fantastic movie.
But it is. And that cover is something else. And guys, if you're looking for this, if you see one with the blue box here, it's the rated R version. The one with the black box here, this is actually unrated. Vestron released two, rated and unrated, which is kind of different for the time, actually, to have two different VHS. But why they would even do that, just to cut some of the kills out when you're renting the horror movie anyways. Do you really want to rent this without the kills, like being as graphic? I don't know. So, but that one gaffing hook scene with the chick laying there and he comes up between her legs with that gaffing hook, it's nasty. Good stuff. Good job, Buddy Cooper. And then we'll just jump forward here. We got some more, boxed ones down below, like not in slipcases. So we'll do that shelf next. I like this one, 1989's Offerings. It's a blatant rip off of Halloween, so maybe that's kind of why I like it, because it's kind of funny and the music is almost exactly the same. The kills are kind of whatever, and the guy doesn't wear a mask. But the music and there's a lot of stalking. This guy's stalking around, and he's just offering these presents, you know. And did you ever see this one?
I don't think so.
It's pretty good. Remember him before he dismembers you. Classic stuff. So, sorry we went a little long there, guys, but we're trying to, you know, we want to get these all in there. Anyways, guys, that's part 6. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. You know, you don't want to miss 7 and 8 coming up next, because that's like, we're talking, you know, stuff like this. We might have a few more, the whole shelf of this stuff. So, you know, we want to make sure we get you guys to see this stuff as well. So, subscribe, leave some comments below, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up if you can. Thanks to Slash Historian for holding the camera on this one. I appreciate it, doing all the fantastic camera work. And we will talk to you guys on part 7, or one of our review videos, or maybe you see a trailer for our up-and-coming movie that we're doing. It's called Evil Christmas. We decided to kind of throw down the gauntlet and do something that we want to see. And that's coming along good. So we're kind of working on a few trailers for that. So stay tuned for that as well. Talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you. Turn around slowly so we can see the back. All right. Now do a head tilt like this. All right.